welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you guys how I thread my eyebrows and my upper lip, and also how I just get rid of facial hair in general to make it look less subtle and also not make it grow as often. I am a little sick today, so excuse me if I'm sounding a little dull, but I will try my best to explain how I do the process. And yeah, let's get to it. The first thing you're going to need is thread. Obviously, it can be any kind of thread. I got this really fine one from Michaels. Actually, I do recommend you get the more finer one than the thicker thread, because you don't want to hurt your skin. So I'm just going to take that. Take about 12 inches of it, and then you're just going to fold it over to kind of see how much, because this is the part where you're going to be this little loop that you see. This is what you're going to be grabbing onto. So decide how much you want and how much will fit in your hand, and then you just break it off. So here I think I broke off a little bit because I have this folded and it still looks too long, so I'm just gonna make sure I go to the length I want, which is about here. And then all you're gonna do is you're literally just gonna create a little knot on the end. Okay, so I just knotted the end, and let me show you what it looks like now. So it should look like this little circle. And so you should just hold it like this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to twist it. Actually, I'm going to move the tail to the other end. So hold it like this, and then you're going to twist it. So I usually twist it about 4 or 5 times. Yeah, and then you should get this little concoction. And what you're just going to do basically is, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to be looking at the camera a lot in this video. I'm going to actually looking at my viewfinder. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take this, and wherever you have hair, you're going to put your tongue up there, because you want to create some sort of stretch. And you're just going to and you're literally just going to go like this, in the scissor bush. So I'm going to zoom in and show you guys just so you can see it grabbing the hair. Right now I have a really bad lip allergy and rash, so I don't want to gross anybody out, but so I'm just gonna voice over it, but see so just so you can see the hair.
So as you guys can see clearly here, you're gonna put the triangle on top of the hair that you want to pull, and when you scissor on the opposite direction, the thread is gonna grab the hair and it's gonna pull it all in one sweeping motion.
Basically, I just kind of thread it in the direction. So over here, if the hair is going down direction, I'm gonna thread it up, because you want to pull it from the opposite direction. And over here, the concept is to do the same on the left side. I'm right-handed, so it doesn't really work very well for me, so I just kind of go like this, if that makes sense. Because the hair is going down in this direction, you want to go up in that. So instead of going all like this, because it really doesn't work for me, this is more works better for me, honestly. So I just kind of go like this, if that makes sense.
So I'm speeding over this part, but as you guys can see, I am putting the triangle shape where I want the hair pulled off from, and then I'm doing the scissor motion in the opposite direction of the hair growth. It's really important that you guys are threading in the opposite direction of the hair growth, because if you're doing it in the same direction, it's not going to pull off the hair and you're just going to end up hurting yourself and your skin.
Makes sense. So let me show you how to do it on my eyebrows too. Basically for the eyebrows, when you're threading, I usually don't get too close to my actual shape, because I don't want to ruin it. You're gonna wanna start from the from the unibrow area, and then you're gonna slightly go on top and bottom, but don't get too close to your shape, because you don't want to actually thread a bunch of hair off. And then finish the job with some tweezers. So
the middle of the brows is a little tricky because you have hair growing in literally every direction, but all I do is I find the more dominant direction, and then I thread in the opposite of the hair growth. And for the annoying little hairs that are still left behind, I just follow up with a tweezer.
So right now I just did the unibrow, and just to show you guys how I pull the hair off. Essentially, you're putting the hair in this little loop, the hair that you want to target, and then you just kind of go like that, the motion. And it's not it's not as hard as it looks. It's also because I'm using the viewfinder, my camera's having a hard time focusing on my hair, so it's really hard to thread while you're looking at the viewfinder. But essentially that's all you're doing. You're putting it and you're just threading. Same thing you'll be doing over here. So your hair is going in that direction, you're gonna slightly just kind of go that way, Same thing here. Again, I struggle with that, so I just kind of tilt my face and I kind of like go. And then at the bottom, you're going to do the same thing, and then you're going to finish the job with tweezers.
So here I am finishing up the middle part of the brows. As you guys can see, I am literally just following the direction of the hair growth. There is no particular rule applied here. It's just literally where your hair is growing. You want to thread the opposite direction. The top of the brows, you're going to do the same thing. You are going to thread in the opposite direction. This part is really easy because you can clearly see the direction. So I don't like to get my thread really close to my eyebrows, so to get that really precise shape, I go back with a tweezer once I'm done threading to really pull out all those little hairs that I couldn't get from the thread or that were too close to my actual brow, and I just tweeze along my arc just to make it more clean cut and shaped.
So when you're done with your eyebrows, you want to make sure that like you brush them out with like a spoolie. So I just have like a mascara spool. I know they sell like eyebrow brushes too, but I'm lazy, so I just washed a mascara spool. And you want to just like brush your eyebrows like in the direction you want them, and then you want to take a little pair of scissors and just like trim the excess hair that you just don't want there. It's like giving your eyebrows a trim. So I brushed my hair, or my eyebrow hair, and as you can see, like there's some loose edges. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to like take my scissors and trim them.
So when I'm trimming my brows, what I really like to do is brush them and then slightly snip a little bit off. Try not to go super crazy here. Do it in slow little pieces because you don't want to accidentally cut too much. So as you can see, once you trim the excess edges off, your eyebrows look much more cleaner cut and squared at the front.
And for my sideburns, I used to be able to thread them, or I still am able to, but it takes too much time and it's really painful. Essentially what I did was like I would just kind of go like this, and like my sideburns are going this direction and I want to go up, right? So I would just kind of put like in this little triangle thing, I would put over here, and then I would just let it go up like so, and it would just like thread it all off. I found that epilating works much better for it. So this is the Philips epilator. I use this one to go and do my sideburns. Don't worry, I disinfect it after every use, just to keep it clean. It comes with different heads, so I have like this little head that's actually meant for like your face and like your upper lip. I don't really use it on my upper lip that much because I really like the control of the thread, but this one works really well for your sideburns. All you gotta do is put the head on and push your sideburns like to the back. Just make sure there's like no hair, and like mine is like I don't have that many because I like always use these or use the epilator, but like you want to make sure that like if you do have a lot of sideburns, you trim them off so there's like not long hair, and then you like go through with this.
So here's the before snippet of what my sideburns look like. Before epilating, always make sure you have your hair tied back and out of the way so you don't actually get it caught on. But other than that, it's a really simple process. You just epilate and go in the opposite direction of your hair growth as usual. Make sure you hold your skin taut so that it doesn't get caught and hurt in the process. And once you're done epilating, always go back with a tweezer to get the loose ends. And if you guys are prone to pain, make sure you put aloe vera gel and moisturize after. As you guys can see, the epilator took off all my sideburns and left a really clean finish.
So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this video was helpful and you guys learned how to thread, and you know, I hope you guys give it a try. It's really easy and it's really convenient for when you don't have time to make those threading appointments, or when you just have a little hair growing out and you just want to get rid of it yourself. So I really hope you guys liked it. Give it a big thumbs up, comment down below if you tried this, and make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.